Hi, I'm Renell Shaw and this is ACM. The course I graduated from was the Music Business course. It was a 2-year intensive and I loved my time at the ACM. It was an eye-opener, especially for learning about the music business, which at that time, 10 years ago, was there wasn't that many things kind of giving you the advice and the information you needed. I remember going to the urban music seminars that used to happen at the South Bank, I think, but it was only when I really came here that I was able to have hands-on experience with people working in the business side of the industry, kind of giving me that, that information that you need. Wow, okay, since leaving the ACM, I've been working in the world of theatre, doing writing music for musicals, dramas. I've been writing music for adverts, done some stuff for Barclays and Google, done some independent films. I've been writing with artists, playing with artists, people like Maverick Sabre, Rudimental, Jess Glynne, worked with Nitin Sawhney, and these are all people that I can actually say have been a big impact on what I do now, which is a lot of arranging, musical directing, and songwriting. I felt that the masterclass went well. Some of the things that we discussed were finding your voice as an artist or a musician, the importance of protecting yourself in the music business, understanding just, if you don't know what something means, then look it up, speak to someone, understand contractual agreements. In my opinion, I do feel that it's important that as artists, you guys really start to figure out the things that probably frighten you the most. So when it's like, oh, contracts, I don't know about that, that is exactly what you should focus on. Because the more comfortable you are with those things, the less of a blur it all is when someone starts to talk about those things. And for me, contracts was one of the main things. And it's only in the last 2 to 3 years that I've had a solicitor negotiate things for me. Before I'd negotiate them myself and then have them ran by a solicitor before any signing was done. But I'd done the majority of the work because I learned how to understand these terms and clauses. And again, the reason I think that's a big deal is because as soon as that crap is out the way, you can just be creative, which is kind of why we all do this. Working with high-profile artists, a lot of what I get to take away from that is 2 things. You realize that these people don't make it by accident. Like, they work hard. They work very, very hard to get to where they are. And you just see that to have the longevity that some of these high-profile artists have, it's that mixture of holding on to your identity, what you're trying to do, and just being, conscious that this is a business and I have to balance how my creativity works in this kind of business world. So it was matching the business side and the creative side on a level playing field and just kind of living the music and learning the business. The most important lesson I took away from being at the ACM was studying the music business course. It was that I didn't want to work for anybody else, and if I wanted to really make it work my way, that I need to understand what entrepreneurial practice actually means, which was one of the subjects we covered. Entrepreneurial practice, understand the importance of marketing, understand the importance of legality and accountancy and these things. And I kind of figured that you don't have to be a master at all, but know enough that with the people you work with, you understand their language. So that was a big thing for me, because before I was like, okay, you come, you get a deal, then it all happens. But then I really learned how to be self-sufficient while being at the ACM, because it really stepped up the level of my business knowledge. My advice to students who would like to get to the same position as where I am now is have an idea of the direction you'd like to go in. Like, have an idea of what the end result could possibly be, and allow the journey to be what the journey is. Because sometimes we get caught up in the idea of, I want to do this, but I'm over here and I can't see how I get there. And the truth is, you'll never see how you get there until you're looking back in hindsight. It's like you look back and you go, wow, who knew that working with that person would do this and get me to that? So it's have a vision, have a very strong vision of where you'd like to be, and enjoy the journey. Just enjoy the path that takes you there. Because if you know where you want to be, I think smart and be persistent, those 2 things. It will get you to that goal. I was having a talk with a friend of mine the other day, and I came to the discovery that I've actually achieved all the things I wanted to achieve, minus one, before I'm 30. So my aspirations for the future, I don't actually know right now. I think I'm looking at things in a very different way. What I'm working on right now is completing that last thing, which is putting out some singles under my own name. I've done a lot of songwriting and session work for other artists, and I'm there in the credits, but I really want to put some stuff out that it's like, yeah, this is Renell Shaw, this is Renell Shaw's music. So that is what I'm working on right now. My aspirations for the future, who knows, I could open an ice cream shop. Like, I just like to kind of go with the flow of kind of, you know, I'm doing this right now, okay, I've done that, what else is there to do?